Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to do my top 5 beauty sponges that I love and use on a daily basis. I'm going to let you know how I use each one of them and the price and where you can get them. So if you enjoy these types of videos and want to see my top 5 beauty sponges, then just keep watching. Alright, so for the first sponge I like to use for foundation is from L'Oreal. It's this pink beauty sponge, and I'm just going to read what it says it does. It says, L'Oreal's Infallible Blend Artist Foundation Blender, designed with an exclusive plush material and easy-to-grip shape, creates a makeup application that will wow the pros. Rounded edges of the blending sponge guarantee effortless blending. Plush sponge material ensures makeup sits on the sponge, creating a smoother, more uniform blending experience and a professional makeup result. The benefits is effortless blending, designed to use with liquid and cream foundations, even in easy application. I just usually use the regular beauty blender, but I decided to go ahead and try this. I saw Casey Holmes had talked about it and she really liked it, so I thought I would give it a whirl. This is $6.97 at Walmart. It's $7.99 at Ulta. And it literally replaced the beauty blender for me. It is amazing. I use this the flat side. I kind of like pat in, or you can kind of like go in this kind of motion. It does have this side, which I think maybe you could use for concealer. I don't know. But I just like, it's so easy to hold too, because it's like your hand just fits, like your fingers just fit so good around it, and it's so easy to use. So this is my number one foundation sponge. Okay, and for my next beauty sponge would be this little guy that also is dirty because I do use it. And I like to use this for concealer. It's really good to get in there and really blend out my concealer. I use it under my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, my upper lip, and my chin. And I just love this thing. It is so easy to use. I do use it wet, just like I use the foundation one from L'Oreal. I get it wet and I squeeze out the water, and I use a towel to get like the excess, and then I go in and blend out my concealer. And it is so easy to use. I did get this at Walmart. It is $4.88. if you just want the one, or it is, I believe, $9.44 if you get the bundle of 2. Now at Ulta it is $6.99. I'm just going to read what it says it does. It's a 3-in-1 multi-functional makeup sponge by Real Techniques. The rounded side blends larger areas of the face, the precision tip covers blemishes, imperfections, and the flat edge contours around the nose and the eyes, leaving you with a complexion that's smooth, enhanced, and gorgeous. Optimize your beauty routine with this 3-in-1 multifunctional sponge from Real Techniques. And I do just use like the tip of it. I have before used the flat side. It's okay to like blend out maybe your forehead or your chin, but I didn't like it under my eyes because you can't get like in there good enough. I like the tip end to get, you know, up close to your eye. So great beauty sponge for concealer. Okay, and for my next sponge is this little purple guy covered in white. I use this to bake under my eyes. After I have blended out my concealer, I'll dip it in some powder. And I was using it wet, you can, but I didn't think that the powder was really, I couldn't really get it under my eyes like to stick. It just kind of blended into my skin and kind of just made a mess. So I prefer to use it dry, but it's really, really tiny. I thought using the little ones were kind of stupid. Like, how do you hold on to this and actually do anything with it? But it actually is really nice. I just, it fits really nice, and, you know, I just use like my 4 little fingers, and it's really nice to put powder in there. And you can get a pack of 4 of these from Ulta. They're $7.99. And it's called the Mini Miracle Complexion Sponge. So I just really enjoy this for baking under my eyes. I feel yeah, you can use a larger sponge to cover like a bigger area, but for me, I just prefer, it's easier to use to work with just a little sponge, so I just prefer to use the mini micro ones. I have not tried the micro beauty blenders. I'm sure it's probably the same thing, but those are cheaper, so and they work just as good, so that's why I use that. Alright, and for my next beauty sponge is this one from Eco Tools. It's dirty once again because I do use them. It's flat on this side, and half of it's flat on this side, and then it's rounded like an egg. I prefer to use the long flat side, and I just put my pointer finger on this side, and it's really nice to do foundation. I just kind of like pat it into my skin. I did try doing like blending in my concealer, and I didn't like it just because it's straight up top, and it's just flat, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. I didn't think it really blended out my concealer, and I just prefer to use the Real Techniques one. So I do like this for foundation, and it comes in a pack of 2. This one is the bigger one, and there's a smaller light green one, which you're supposed to use for concealer, and I tried using the smaller one for concealer. Same thing, I didn't like it. The flat, I just don't like it. So I'm going to use both of them for foundation. They are $9.99 for the 2 at Ulta. They're $9.98 at Walmart, which is where I picked mine up at. But they're called the Eco Tools Perfecting Blender Duo. It's designed with Eco Foam technology in 2 sizes and densities to create a camera-ready look. The large base blender is soft and flexible to create light, buildable makeup application. The mini detail blender is firmer for more precise and detailed coverage. So like I said, I do prefer the larger one for foundation, and I will use the little one for foundation also. And then for my last beauty sponge is, of course, the Beauty Blender. I just got a new one. I do use this from time to time. I just have it for like a backup. I do prefer using the other sponges that I did show you, just because they're just as good as the Beauty Blender, and they're a lot cheaper. And I can just run out to the drugstore and pick one up. As far as the Beauty Blender, you know, I have to order it online or go drive an hour to Sephora. So, but yeah, the original Beauty Blender will always be a favorite, and I'm sure all of you think the same. So I hope that you enjoyed this video of my top 5 beauty sponges. If you guys have any recommendations for any different sponges that you think I would like, or that you've tried and like, then please let me know. I have seen a few more at the drugstore I'd like to try out. But for now, those are my 5 favorites. And yeah, I hope that you like this video. Please subscribe if you're new. I'd love to have you. And if you want to chat in the comments, then leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys. Turn me up, turn me up.